Hi guys, happy Easter. It's Easter Sunday. So today I want to talk about the volatility that's going on in the market and the possibilities and also the dangers. I'm hearing some crazy stories about people losing a lot of money. So I want to focus in on that. So let's start with the question that I hear a lot. When people hear that I'm involved in the stock market, they say, isn't that gambling? And the answer is sometimes and sometimes not, right? How do you know if you're gambling in the market? Well, if you have a plan and you know the plan works and you follow the plan, you're not gambling. You're doing what anyone would do in a business. You're doing whatever the work is to get the job done. It's very clear. If you lose money and you're following a plan, then it's maybe like a salesperson who makes a lot of sales calls, has meetings, and doesn't get any clients. There's no guarantees, but you're still following the plan that you're supposed to be following. If, on the other hand, you don't have a plan, or you haven't tested it, or you don't follow it, and you do whatever your emotions are telling you in that moment, you are gambling. And if you're gambling, it's like going to Las Vegas. You have no idea what's going to happen. You don't know what the outcome is, even though you think you might. And really, when people go to Vegas, they say, this is the amount of money I'm going to take with me that I'm willing to risk. And so I'll gamble that, and if I make money, great. If I don't, then I know I've lost this amount of money. And so are you willing to do that with your trading account? And do you need to do it with your trading account? Probably. But it's a huge differentiation between gambling and playing and being emotionally driven and having a plan and being very serious and thorough and following that plan. And it's a critical question that you got to ask yourself. Am I a gambler or am I a trader? And if I want to be a trader and I'm not showing up that way, if I'm behaving more like a gambler, what am I going to do about it? So I think, in times like this, where the market is moving so quickly, so fast, and such big upswings and downswings, there's a lot of possibility to make money. And if you're sitting there watching it and it's flying up, there's it's a human tendency to want to jump in and get on board. And more now than ever, I think it's critical that you're following your plan. The devastation if you're not, people are losing their entire trading accounts. I've heard a couple of stories like that. So the purpose of this video today is to number one, let's zoom out and look at the whole big picture, which is, do I want to be a trader or do I want to be a gambler? And if I want to be a trader, what is getting in my way? What's keeping me from having a plan, being very clear about what that plan is, following that plan, and when I don't follow it, figuring out why, and stopping myself and dealing with it. Right? And still, when I see people writing back and forth on bulletin boards, things like that, and someone has a terrible loss, and then other people are writing in and saying, well, you just need to manage your risk better, or you just need to do this, you just need to do that, you need to follow your plan. And I want to say, no, you don't. It's bigger than that. If you could do that, you would. Again, it's like, how many of you have tried going on a diet, and your plan is, starting Monday for the next month, I'm going to eat 1,200 calories a day. And then, 9 o'clock at night comes and you're starving and you say, screw it, I'm going to eat this big piece of cake. I don't care. The cake is more important right now than the weight. or whatever version you want to look at, drinking, smoking, whatever behavior it is that you're interested in stopping, it's kind of a similar thing. You don't just do it because it's a good idea and you want to do it. At some point, the emotion kicks in and says, screw it. I'm going to do this anyway. It's like a New Year's resolution. How many people keep their New Year's resolutions? Very few. Their percentages are very low because we're human. And at some point, we get to the place where we say, screw it. I'm not going to do this. Something else is more important right now. So when you're in the middle of a huge move, or you're sitting there and you're watching the huge move, and something inside of you is like, oh my God, I could make so much money if I bought this trade, and then if I go all in on it, I can make even more money. That's the greed that people are always talking about, the fear and the greed. So this is an opportunity for this to be magnified. The volatile market right now is an opportunity for you to see, to really ask yourself, am I a gambler? Am I a trader? Because the losses and the gains can be huge right now. Almost unreal, like they're so fast. And if I'm a gambler, and probably 90, 95, 80, 75% are gamblers, right? If 90 to 95% of traders are losing money, most of them are doing it because they're behaving in a gambling way, not in a professional, I'm going to follow my plan way. And I'm going to follow my plan means I'm going to follow my plan all the time, because all you need is one trade that goes downhill very quickly and you can lose your whole account. And it's happening. It's happening because I'm hearing about it. People are losing their whole account. So what is the point? So the point is realizing that, am I a gambler? Am I a trader? And then the next point is, if I'm a gambler, what am I going to do about it? And it's not, the solution is not a Band-Aid, like doing a New Year's resolution. Oh, okay, I'm just going to follow my plan. Oh, okay, I'm just going to risk less. It's deeper than that. Why am I having this compulsion? What's going on inside of me? What's driving it? What are the feelings? What are the feelings that I'm having? Right? We take these behaviors because it makes us feel better. So if you're watching a move up and you're feeling really anxious that you're missing something, it feels worse and worse and worse. When you finally get in and you take the trade, there's relief. Oh, thank God, now I can, now I have an opportunity to make all this money. I can sigh relief. If you're starving at night and you're on a diet and you eat the cake or you eat the cheese and crackers or whatever it is, there's relief. Oh, now I'm not hungry anymore. If you're trying to quit smoking and you've gone for 2 weeks without smoking and you're all agitated and anxious, and I've never smoked, so I don't know what it feels like, but I've certainly heard about it. And then you finally have that cigarette. It's like, I can relax now. I feel better. You do it because it makes you feel better. And then it doesn't, because then you've screwed up. Now you're off your diet, or you've had to smoke again, or you've taken this horrible trade. So we need to be able to separate our feelings from our behaviors. We need to be able to say, oh my God, I feel like eating that cake, I'm starving, but I'm not going to. I'm going to sit there and allow myself to feel that starvingness. I'm going to sit and watch the market fly up, and I'm not going to follow my emotions. I'm going to wait until it pulls back to this level that I have identified as in my trading plan to take a trade. And if it pulls back, then I take the trade. If it doesn't pull back, then that trade isn't for me.